Yo, survival ninjas. What's up, you guys? It's your boy JR, and today we're doing something a little different. I promise you, this video is going to be the best video you've ever watched on camping skills. Ever wanted to disappear into the wild? Become one with nature? Like a ninja camping under the stars? Well, you're in the right place. Get ready to learn 20 stealth camping tips and skills that'll turn you into a wilderness whisperer. This is going to be epic. All right, first things first. What exactly is stealth camping? Imagine this, you, me, and a whole lot of wilderness. But instead of pitching a giant neon tent that screams, "Hey bears, free buffet over here," you're going full on incognito. We're talking about blending in, leaving no trace, basically becoming invisible to the outside world. Why would you want to do this, you ask? Besides the obvious coolness factor, stealth camping lets you experience nature in its purest form without disturbing the peace. Plus, it's a great way to freak out your friends when they can't find you. Just make sure you tell them where you are eventually. Now, before you go all wilderness warrior and pitch your tent in the middle of a beehive, let's talk location, location, location. Choosing the right spot is crucial for stealth camping. You don't want to end up on a hilltop during a thunderstorm or worse, right next to a family reunion. I remember this one time I thought I found the perfect spot. Secluded, quiet, beautiful. Turns out it was directly under a family of squirrels' favorite nut-bearing tree. Let's just say I woke up with a whole lot more friends than I bargained for. So, scout your spot carefully. Make sure it's away from trails, water sources. You don't want to be swimming with the fishes, and definitely avoid any areas that look like a squirrel rave. Trust me on that one. Number 4, packing like a ninja, stealth camping gear essentials. All right, stealth campers, let's talk gear. We're going for incognito, remember? I once saw a guy with a full-on inflatable couch trying to squeeze between trees. Not exactly stealthy, my dude. First things first, you need a good backpack. And I'm not talking about those flimsy things you took to school. We're talking military-grade, built-to-last backpacks. Unless you're bringing the inflatable couch, in which case I need to see pictures. Number 5, silence is golden. Setting up camp like a shadow. You've found the perfect spot, hidden away like buried treasure. Now comes the tricky part, setting up camp without alerting every creature. You gotta be quiet, like ninja quiet. First rule of stealth camping, ditch the noisy packaging, no crinkling chip bags or loud Velcro in the wilderness. And please be careful with those tent zippers. Nothing screams, "Hey everyone, look at me," like a tent zipper at 2 a.m. Also, let's talk about footsteps. Tread lightly, like you're walking on a floor made of potato chips. Remember, we're guests in nature's house. Number 6, blending in like a boss, camouflage 101. All right, you've mastered the art of silence. Now let's talk about disappearing completely. We're going full-on chameleon mode. Forget that bright pink flamingo shirt. Browns, greens, maybe even a little tree bark pattern. First up, ditch the neon. Think earthy tones, muted colors, blend in with the trees, not stand out. Let's just say the deer weren't fooled. Embrace the natural look. Use branches, leaves, even mud. You could be the next Bear Grylls. And if all else fails, just stand really, really still. You'd be surprised how effective that can be. Just try not to breathe on any curious squirrels. All right, guys, we're talking stealth camping, which means becoming one with the shadows, like a ninja, but quieter. You don't want to be that guy who scares away all the deer, or worse, attracts a whole campground of curious onlookers asking for autographs. First things first, ditch the bright colors. You're not at a rave. You're trying to disappear into the wilderness. Imagine trying to blend in with a neon pink tent. Not exactly low key, right? Stick to earth tones, my friends. Next up, movement. Remember those dinosaur movies where the T-Rex can only see you if you move? Yeah, pretend everyone's a T-Rex. Okay, maybe not everyone, but you get the point. Keep your movements slow and deliberate, especially at night. And speaking of night, that's prime time for our nocturnal friends. Ever had a raccoon steal your snacks? Trust me, it's not pretty. Secure your food properly, and I'm not talking about just hiding it under a napkin. We're going full-on Bear Grylls here. This is where we separate the amateurs from the pros, people. Leaving no trace isn't just a suggestion, it's the law of the land. You're a ghost, here 1 minute, gone the next. First up, trash. Pack it in, pack it out. Yes, even those banana peels. Leave it cleaner than you found it. We're going for stealth mode here, remember? You've got the gear, you've got the skills, but do you have the timing? In stealth camping, timing can make or break your experience. Avoid fumbling in the dark and tripping over roots. Arrive late to avoid crowds. Pack up early before others wake up. Use daylight strategically. Set up at dusk, pack up at dawn. Keep noise to a minimum. Use ninja skills, be in and out like a ghost. All right, so you're a stealth camping master. You vanished into the woods like a ninja. It's rumbling louder than a bear waking up from hibernation. Don't worry, we've got you covered. We're about to turn you into a stealth chef. Think of it like this, you're not grilling up a feast for a king, you're preparing a covert operation meal. Okay, you've mastered stealth cooking. Now let's talk about staying warm because nobody wants to be caught shivering in the woods like a wet dog. It can get really cold while camping out in the wilderness. The secret to staying warm without attracting attention is layering, my friends. Think of it like this, the more layers you have, the more insulation you've got. You're basically building a human burrito of warmth. And pro tip, don't underestimate the power of a good hat and gloves. Remember, heat escapes from your head and extremities faster than a cheetah on a sugar rush. You want to trap that heat, not let it loose. Remember, staying warm is all about being prepared. So pack smart, layer up, and you'll be as snug as a bug in a rug, even without a roaring fire. Okay, we've covered stealth cooking and staying warm. Now let's talk about the most important element of survival, water. You can't exactly pull a disappearing act if you're stumbling around the woods like a dehydrated zombie. Remember, stealth camping is all about being self-sufficient. That means bringing enough water to last you the entire trip. And no, your 2-liter bottle of soda doesn't count. We're talking about the good stuff, H2O. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, you can always try to find a natural water source. But hold your horses before you start gulping down that crystal clear stream water. Remember to purify it. We don't want any unexpected bathroom breaks ruining your stealth game. So, pack your water bottles, filter your water, and stay hydrated out there. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. And remember, hydration is key to a successful stealth camping mission. Number 13, emergency. This ain't no game. Okay, guys, listen up. Even if you're a stealth camping pro, life throws curveballs like a rogue squirrel throwing acorns. You could trip, fall, or maybe even come face to face with a grumpy raccoon who wants your snacks. So, what do? First, don't freak out. Remember, you're stealthy. We don't want to alert the entire forest with your panicked screams, do we? Unless you're into that sort of thing. No judgment here. Keep that first aid kit handy. You know, the one with the bandages, antiseptic wipes, and maybe even some duct tape, because duct tape fixes everything, right? And remember, safety first. Make sure you've got a way to call for help if things go south. Remember that time Chandler broke his arm trying to open a pickle jar? Emergencies happen. But hey, at least you'll have a great story to tell, right? Number 14, lost and found, hopefully found. All right, stealth campers, imagine this. You're deep in the woods, it's darker than a black hole, and you realize you have no idea where you are. Don't worry, we've all been there. First things first, put down the phone. No, seriously, unless you've got a map downloaded, you're just gonna drain your battery and end up wandering aimlessly. Trust me, I've tested it. This is where a good old-fashioned compass and map come in handy. Think of it like a treasure hunt. You're a pirate, and the treasure is, well, finding your way back to camp. And hey, if you get really lost, just start yelling. Maybe you'll attract a search and rescue team or a pack of wolves. Either way, it'll be an adventure. Number 15, serenity now. Stealth camping isn't just about being quiet and hidden, it's about staying calm under pressure. You're surrounded by nature, and nature can be unpredictable, like that time a flock of pigeons stole my lunch. True story. So how do you stay calm? Deep breaths, people. In, out, in, out. Imagine you're a tree, rooted to the spot, swaying in the breeze. Unless you're camping in a hurricane, then maybe imagine you're a rock. Remember, freaking out won't help anything. It'll just make you more noticeable, and we don't want that. We're going for invisible, remember? Like ninjas of the forest. So next time you're feeling stressed in the great outdoors, just remember to breathe, stay positive, and maybe eat a Snickers. Shh, did you hear that? All right, guys, so you're stealth camping with your buddies, right? You gotta talk, but you can't be yelling across the forest like you're at a rave. That's just asking for trouble. First off, hand signals. Learn them, love them. Think you're too cool for hand signals? Think again. This isn't the time to be too cool for school, especially if school is not getting caught by a park ranger. Get it? Second, keep your voices down. Whisper like you're telling someone the secret to your favorite soup recipe. What is the secret ingredient? I'm not telling you here. That's another video. And if you absolutely have to use your words, use code words. Instead of yelling, hey, is the bear gone yet? Just say, is Brenda gone? See? Way less suspicious, unless Brenda is actually a bear. Don't stealth camp with bears. Listen, I love giving away money as much as the next guy, maybe more. But you know what I don't love? Lugging around a giant backpack full of useless junk when I'm trying to be all sneaky in the woods. We're talking bare bones, people. Think you need that inflatable hot tub? Think again. How about that 12-person tent? Nope, leave it behind. You only need enough to survive and maybe a few snacks. Okay, a lot of snacks. Pack light, pack tight. Roll your clothes, use packing cubes, and for the love of all that is holy, leave the cast iron skillet at home. You're not having a 5-course meal under the stars. You're trying to disappear into the wilderness. And double, triple check that you've got the essentials. I'm talking about the important stuff. First aid kit, water filter, fire starter, toilet paper. You know, the things that could save your life, or at least save you from a very uncomfortable situation. You think stealth camping is all about sitting around and being quiet? Wrong. Okay, it's partially about that, but it's also about being able to move quickly and quietly when you need to. Imagine this. You're all set up in your super secret camping spot. You're about to enjoy a delicious bag of freeze-dried ice cream when suddenly, bam, a swarm of angry squirrels descends upon your camp. You've got to go, and you've got to go now. This is where your ninja-like reflexes come in. You need to be able to sprint through the underbrush, climb over fallen trees, and maybe even fight off a badger or two, all without making a sound. So ditch the dad bod and embrace your inner athlete. We're talking cardio, strength training, the whole 9 yards. You don't have to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson level jacked, but you got to be able to outrun those squirrels. All right, guys, we're talking stealth camping, which means being one with nature. But sometimes nature doesn't want to be one with you, especially the wildlife. Trust me, I've had some close encounters, like when a raccoon straight up stole my sandwich. Not cool, man. Rule number 1, don't feed them. Feeding them is like inviting them to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Next thing you know, raccoons are doing the Macarena on your tent. Make sure your tent is zipped up tight. You don't want any unexpected guests, especially not a skunk. Respect the wildlife, keep your distance, and don't try to make friends with a bear. All right, you stealth campers, so you're out in the wilderness, blending in like a chameleon, right? But your stomach's rumbling louder than thunder during a storm. Time to forage for some grub. First up, safety first. You don't want to be mistaken for a hungry raccoon and end up eating poison ivy. We're talking about berries, nuts, and plants that you can identify. Download a plant identification app or, bring a survival expert along. Remember that time Chandler tried to survive in the wild by eating random berries? Yeah, don't be like Chandler. Stick to what you know, or you might end up with a bellyache and a funny story to tell. Or worse, a trip to the ER. The key here is to be resourceful and observant. Look for edible plants, but don't go stripping the whole forest bare. Take only what you need and leave the rest for the woodland creatures. We're stealth campers, not ravenous locusts. So, there you have it, folks. We've gone through the ultimate stealth camping crash course. You've learned how to disappear into the wilderness, become one with nature, and hopefully avoid any awkward encounters with park rangers or grumpy squirrels. It's about finding peace and tranquility in the great outdoors without disturbing the peace. Plus, it's just plain cool to know you can disappear into the woods like a boss. Now, I know what you're thinking, JR, this all sounds amazing, but I'm not sure I can pull it off. Well, the first thing I would suggest that you run over to survivalcavefood.com and check out some of our delicious survival foods. We've got everything from canned meats to freeze-dried buckets, so there's bound to be something that you could take on that camping trip. Just start with baby steps. Practice in your backyard, then maybe graduate to a local park. The most important thing is to have fun and respect the environment, and remember to make things better than when you arrived. So, are you ready to become a stealth camping ninja? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our crazy adventures. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay stealthy out there. And if you see me in the woods, come say hi. Or don't. I'm trying to be stealthy. Peace out.